Hi guys, Jackie Wolf here, and today we're going to be talking about trans problems. And this tweet's a little old, but I don't get to record as much as I used to because, well, busy life. Now, I don't make it a secret to anybody that I am transgender. It's not something I do anymore. I used to keep it very well quiet. It's not worth it. Now, the original group of tweets came out on Jan 17th by Demon Facier. Now, I don't agree with Demon Facier's politics. There's a lot of things that me and her could disagree about, but this is not one of those things, and I'm generally fairly civil to it. And she's going down an entire list of things that you have to learn when you're male to female. A little bit of a head start on her, but I'm not judging. To this, a user said, or just get some mental help. Me being a cheeky me, just said, "Okay, I did. Results are surprising. Still a girl." Biological male living the delusion that you're a girl. Again, 47% is an insane amount of suicide for the group. For any group, the Holocaust had less of a rate. I'm saying find mental help that isn't just going to affirm. Find mental help that would look at everything, not just money. Darling, I live in Alabama. I have to have two psychiatrists approve that well, not psychiatrists, therapists, but I see a psychiatrist and a therapist. But I have to have visits to a psychiatrist and a therapist. Several mental health doctors, dude, just to continue taking HRT. Which, fun fact, I get really sick when I quit taking HRT. I've had several doctors. I have notes from a bunch of people. My medical expenses are extremely high, believe it or not. So I propose, yeah, I suppose you're right. I should have kept trying help that ultimately was going to kill me, but, anything to help you narrow worldview, which is true. And when it comes down to it, that is an actual true thing. Like, he could have looked at my profile where I've talked about, like, if I stop taking HRT, they believe that I will die. They believe that my body will become useless, but it is what it is. So, shit like this you have to deal with constantly. If being called what you was killing you, maybe looking deeper into it would not have helped more than a short in a dress. 47 would have been more help by that kind of deeper look for sure. Dude, again, whenever you start attacking somebody, make sure you're fucking looking into who they are. I done everything I could to be a guy. To the point I destroyed my endocrine system. Let me rephrase that. My parents did everything to make me a guy. To the point they destroyed my endocrine system. I was fine with who I was. I'm happier as who I am. I said that you should look into people before you make claims. The only claims that need to be made is biological sex matters. At 45% suicide rate, it's proof of something bigger going on mentally than a quick fix of a dress and a shot. I meant to say damn why, but it was like, dude, why bother us? If your statistic is true, wouldn't it fit your worldview just to leave us be? And this is the problem. This actually considers it. It sure sucks. Well, why? A simple loss is a tragedy. You people know you don't people. You like people you don't. Losing them is a tragedy, yada yada yada. It sure sucks. What if you thought people were targeting trans people were a problem? The stupidity really doesn't help. 100%. And then he literally agreed that what he was doing is actually a problem to the trans community. However, at the time, or at the moment, is a very, very trans friendly time in our history. So, yes, those numbers would count, but they don't even come close to the majority of it. Think of a lot of numbers come from underlying mental illnesses diagnosed as trans. Now, I've made no secret that I do believe that some people are misdiagnosed as trans. Yeah, I absolutely make no secret about there are some people that are misdiagnosed as trans. Um, I myself actually hid the fact that I preferred being called she and was more of a girl from everybody but what I considered closest friends because I was terrified of people like this. They like to attack people for no apparent reason with absolutely no actual factors or understanding on their side. Now, is there an ideology that corrupts LGBT? No, absolutely. There are problems that we need to call out that a lot of people are afraid to call out. There are actual pedophiles that go around using LGBT rights as a mask. And there are people that call themselves trans just to get into a woman's room to sneak a peek at, well, you know. That being said, I'm no stranger to understanding those problems. I mean, uh, it being a very trans friendly time is a bit of an understatement. If you live in the state of Tennessee, you're very unlikely to get a job if you're trans. In fact, it's really hard for me living in the Southeast in general. I don't live in Tennessee to actually keep a job because a lot of places see me and they go, trouble. And all I want to do is work. I am required by law to use the bathroom of the sex that I was assigned at birth. That being male, and yes, I'm using sex because it annoys people. I actually meant to say gender. But I have to use the male's or the men's room. Okay. I have no problem with that. However, my male employees have massive problems watching a chick with a dick, as it were, prancing around the locker room putting on a bra. I actually stand in a very secluded corner, but we have more than one trans or male to female trans. There's three or four of us, I can't keep track. And most of us don't care, but it does make our male compatriots uncomfortable. The other side of that is the female to male trans people, which we have two of. Now, one absolutely doesn't care. Don't give a shit, would probably change in the parking lot. That's just how he is. The other one is very uncomfortable around changing people. Very shy and timid person. And I actually had proposed a solution to this. The plant I work at has an older set of locker rooms that weren't big enough for the expansion of the plant and couldn't be expanded anymore. And I said, why don't we just dust those off and just call it the trans men and trans women locker room? Since, generally speaking, there's only a few of us. Well, when it came back from the lawyers said, well, Alabama state law requires you to use the biological gender that you were assigned at birth. And I was sitting there going, yeah, but I just solved a problem. And you say y'all legally can't do that. Beyond that, beyond the countless expenses I have to pay just to be ordered to feel like myself, to not be sick, because this actually started because I have a medical condition. Yeah, let's see. I have idiots like you who attack me daily for just being me. That's always a fun one, right? When you have people that don't even know you, that know nothing about your backstory, can't even fucking look at your Twitter profile, doing nothing but attack you. And this has been a story over and over and over again since I came out of the closet as what I am. People just want to keep going and going and going about it, and I'm tired of it. Quite honestly, I am so sick of these trans hating people that it's not even funny. But whatever. I'm sure there's less of them in the world, right? I mean, given I know I have friends that get called transphobes, but it's funny to me because they get called transphobes and they're generally the ones saying, are the ones that are using the she, her pronouns when it comes to me. It's all a matter of perspective. But yeah. It's quite offensive to me as a trans person. Anyways, I've been Jackie. I love you all very much and would love it if you like, subscribe, comment. It'd make me very happy. Also make Mr. Cloud that I'm sitting on very happy. But until next time, I love you dudes. Mean it. Hearts and kisses. Bye.